Hello and welcome to the next session of the living world. In the previous class, we had studied about various concepts regarding the part of living, and in this class, we are continuing the next part. So, the next part which we are going to study in this class, this is regarding the taxonomic categories. So, already we have started with the taxonomic categories, and taxonomic categories is nothing but these are the categories how they are arranged in a systematic order. And as far as this taxonomic category is concerned, we came across a term called as taxonomy. And we know the definition of taxonomy. We know who is the father of taxonomy. And his name is Carolus Linnaeus. Now regarding the taxonomy, the exact method of defining the taxonomy is identification, characterization, classification as well as a nomenclature of an organism which has been newly discovered is termed as taxonomy. And taxonomy is the biggest branch in biology because it deals with all these characteristics of plants, all these characteristics of animals as well as other microorganisms, and hence it becomes the major branch. Now in this session we are going to continue with the next part called as taxonomic categories. And these taxonomic categories, they include the taxonomical hierarchical categories only. And those categories, already we came across those categories. At the base we have the species, over the species, genus, over the genus, family, over the family, order, over order, we have class, over the class, phylum or division, and above all we have the kingdom. So this is the systematic method of arrangement. Now we use a term which is called as a systema. We use a term which is called as systema, and that systema is nothing but systematic arrangement of taxonomical categories. And those taxonomical categories we are going to study in this class, and it is a continued part of the last session. Now those categories, let us look at them one by one. We have a term called as systema. We use a term which is called as systema. Systema is nothing but systematic arrangement of this is a systematic arrangement of categories. So systematic arrangement of categories is said to be systema. Carolus Linnaeus, he has wrote a book, and the name of the book is Systema Nature, and in that Systema Nature he has written all his taxonomical categories, taxonomical contents, right? Okay. Now in the taxonomical hierarchy, why we call it as hierarchy? Because the arrangement of the taxonomical categories in an higher order is said to be taxonomical hierarchy. Now in the taxonomical hierarchy, we have the basic unit which is called as species. Now species is a group of related individuals. So species is group of related individuals having fundamental similarities. That is why we say species is the basic unit of classification in taxonomy. So first ಗೆ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸು, ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಹಂತ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೀಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್ ರಿಫರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್ ರಿಫರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ. ದೆನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೇಮ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ, taxon as well as rank means the same. It is with reference to a particular term in the taxonomical hierarchy, right? Okay. So with this, the next part which we are going to study is regarding the part of the genus. So in the previous session, as we have came across the species, and that species is the basic fundamental unit of classification, and we also define in other words as a group of individuals having similar characters. So group of individuals having fundamental similarities. So all these are the various methods of defining what is species. So in the species we came across various examples like human beings, who is also called as Homo sapiens, which is the binomial nomenclature, mango mangifera indica, then wheat triticum aestivum. So similarly we have various examples also, okay, like a black nightshade. So it is it belongs to the genus Solanum. Okay. So almost all these are various different examples for the species. So let us look at the genus now. The next term that we come across is the genus. Now species is the fundamental unit of classification, and next comes the genus. Genus is nothing but it is a aggregation or a group of different species. So it is group of different species. So group of different species represents the genus, right? That means let's look at an example. So in an example we have potato. The scientific name of potato is Solanum tuberosum. This is the scientific name of potato. Let us take a brinjal. The scientific name of brinjal is Solanum melongena. It is Solanum melongena. And the scientific name of black nightshade plant is Solanum nigrum. Look at this. Potato, its scientific name is Solanum tuberosum. Brinjal is Solanum melongena. Black nightshade plant, its scientific name is Solanum nigrum. That means though we have different types of species, all these species are included under a single genus, and the name of the genus is Solanum, right? So this is one example. Similarly, let us take one more example of animals, like let us take an example of a tiger. What is the scientific name for this? Panthera tigris. So Panthera tigris is the scientific name of tiger. Let us take one more example of a lion. So what is the scientific name of a lion? Panthera leo. So Panthera leo is the scientific name. Then one more example, if we take of the leopard, we have Panthera pardus. So Panthera pardus. Now look at this. So all these are different species of animals. All these belongs to different species, but their genus is same because they have few similar characters. That's why the genus becomes same, and hence the genus name or the generic name is defined in this way as it's a group of different species. So group of these different species forms the single genus called as Panthera, and in the plants group of different species together forms a single genus called as Solanum. So this is what is said as a group of different species together forms a single genus, right? We also call it as a aggregation of species. Aggregation of different species together forms the genus, right? So with this, let's move on to the next one. After the genus, we have family. Then question comes, what is a family? So group of members, we call it as family. So parents with the children, we call our family. Similarly, in the taxonomy, we have also family, and that family is a group of different genus. So family, it is group of different genus. So group of different genus forms the family. Group of different species forms the genus. Organisms having fundamental similarity forms the species. So look at the terms and terminology here which we are going to use in the taxonomy. Okay. Now in the family, so there are different genus. These genus, when they are aggregated together, after aggregation they form into the families. Then what are these? What are these different types of genus that comes under the family? Now cats and dogs, they belong to particular family, right? So dogs belongs to a family called as a Canidae. Cats belongs to a family called as a Felidae. We call it as a cats belongs to Felidae, dogs belongs to Canidae. Okay, so here we have the family of cats. This is the family of dogs. Dogs family is called as Canidae. Cats family is called as a Felidae. Now if we look at these examples, other examples, let's look at the other examples by which we can easily make the family. Okay, now look at the next example. The other example which we are going to study here is Solanum, Petunia and Datura. These are different genus and it belongs to family Solanaceae. Look at this. Solanum is one genus, Petunia is other genus, Datura is one more genus. All these genus together forms a single family called as Solanaceae. ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊಲಾನೆಸಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೀನಸ್ಗಳಿವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಜೀನಸ್. ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಜೀನಸ್ಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಅದಾವೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜೀನಸ್ಗಳು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ Solanum, Petunia and Datura together it forms a single family and the name of the family is called as Solanaceae. So similarly, for example, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದೀವಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಲಾಯನ್, ಟೈಗರ್, ಲೆಪಾರ್ಡ್, ಚಿತಾ, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು a genus Felis. Cats belongs to a genus Felis, and lion, tiger, leopard, they belong to which genus? They belong to a genus Panthera. Cat belongs to genus Felis. Lion, tiger, leopard, they belong to the genus called as Panthera, and both these together, both the genus Felis and Panthera together forms a family which is called as a Felidae. Its family is Felidae. Look at this, its family is Felidae, right. So this is regarding the part of the different families. That means in the plants we have one family called as Solanaceae, in the animals we have one more family called as Felidae. So in this way we have different families in different organisms. Okay, so with this let's move on to the next category. The next category that we are going to study after the family is the genus, not genus, it is a order. So let's go to the next taxonomical hierarchy, and that taxonomical hierarchy is said to be the order. Then when we come across the term order, you can just think of it. How can we define it? With respect to the definition of the family, can we define order? Yes, we can easily define. How can you define the order? Order is group of different families. Group of different families forms the order, or we also call it as a aggregation of different families. Aggregation of different families forms the order. Look at the definition. Aggregation of different families together forms the order. Okay, so we have different orders here. In case of the plants, like Solanaceae, Convolvulaceae, belongs to the order Polemoniales. So here we have different families, Solanaceae, Convolvulaceae. These belongs to a order called as a Polemoniales, right. So similarly we have the family which is called as a Felidae. Felidae is commonly called as a cat family, and which is the dog family? Dog family is a Canidae. Felidae, Canidae belongs to a order which is called as a Carnivora. One more example, Felidae and Canidae belongs to the order Carnivora. Look at the name. So Felidae, Canidae, these are two different families, and these two different families belongs to a particular order, and that order is said to be Carnivora. ಕಾರ್ನಿವೋರಾ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾರ್ನಿವೋರಸ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ next comes the class. So let's go to the class. Then how can we define the class with respect to the order, as we have the definition for the order? Similarly the class definition also runs. So what is class then? Group of different orders or aggregation of different orders. The aggregation of different orders together forms the class. Look at the definition, what it states. The aggregation of different orders together forms the class. Okay, then what are the various classes? Okay, if we look at different classes, let's go to the vertebrates. In the vertebrates we have different classes. What are those? Like class Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and mammals. Look at this. Class Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and mammals. So these are the various types of classes that we come across in case of the animal kingdom. Then here we have different orders also, like order Carnivora and order Primata. Order Carnivora and order Primata. Order Carnivora, it includes the examples like, here we have an example of order Carnivora. Cats and dogs, they belong to Carnivora. Order Primata. Primata, we have examples like monkeys, gorillas, gibbons, including humans. We are also primates. So order Primata, it includes certain examples like monkeys, gorillas, gibbons. Now both together, order Carnivora, order Primata, both these together comes under a single class, and that class is called as a class Mammalia. It is class Mammalia. Look at this. So how the class is framed. Group of different orders together forms a single class. ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಕಾರ್ನಿವೋರಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಮೇಟಾ ಇವು ಎರಡೂತ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಏನು ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟೀಸ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್? ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪಿನ್ನ, ಬಾಡಿ ಹೇರ್ಸ್, ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ ವಿ ಪುಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೈಲಮ್. So phylum is nothing but, again it is a group of different classes, or we also call it as a aggregation of classes. So phylum or we also call it as a division. So it is group of different classes. So group of different classes frames the phylum. Now as we are using two terms here, one is the phylum, other one is the division. Phylum is the term which we use for the animals, division is the term which we use for the plants. Okay. Now in case of this phylum, as we come across a group of different classes. So what are the different classes as we have studied here? Class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptilia together forms a single phylum. So what is that? Example, class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, class Mammalia. All these together forms a single phylum, and that phylum is called, they belong to phylum Chordata. So they are chordates. So phylum Chordata includes various classes. Okay, similarly various classes together it forms the division. Like in the flowering plants we have division Angiospermae, division Gymnospermae. So all these various terms are also there with respect to the plants. Then with this, let us move on to the last part. Last part is kingdom. So kingdom, it is the greatest category in classification, and it is the highest category in the taxonomy. So it is the highest category in the taxonomical hierarchy, and this kingdom can be also defined as a group of various phylums together forms the kingdom. Now suppose if in a phylum we find all the animals, then such type of animals are included under the kingdom. So animals, all the animals are included under the kingdom Animalia. So kingdom Animalia. Similarly, all the plants are included under kingdom Plantae. And similarly, all the fungus are included under kingdom Mycota or kingdom Fungi. So look at this. So this is regarding the various taxonomical hierarchical categories, where we also call them as ranks. Okay. So with this we have left with classification of a few organisms. We are going to look at a few examples, classification of few examples, their taxonomical hierarchy. Okay, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಏನು, what is the species of what is, if we take an organism, to which species it belongs to, its genus, then family, order, class, phylum, kingdom. So let's look at this higher category level, and we'll just look at in our upcoming class. So with this, let's end up today's class, and we'll continue in the next session. Thank you.